It's 2 a.m., and your baby has been crying for what feels like forever. You try to bring them to your breasts, hoping this time it'll be different, that the latch will finally feel right. But as soon as they begin to suckle, you feel that familiar sting, that sharp pinch that makes you wince. Your heart sinks because you know something's off. You wonder if it's supposed to hurt this much, or if maybe you're just doing it wrong. If that sounds familiar, you're far from alone. Many new mothers experience difficulties with latching. It's one of the most common challenges in the early days of breastfeeding. But here's the good news: a bad latch can almost always be fixed. With a few simple adjustments, patience, and practice, both you and your baby can rediscover the calm and comfort that breastfeeding is meant to bring. Let's start by understanding what's really happening during a bad latch. When a baby latches incorrectly, they might only take the nipple into their mouth instead of a good portion of the areola. This means they're not compressing the milk ducts effectively, and instead, the suction is concentrated on your nipple, which causes pain, soreness, and sometimes even cracking. On top of that, your baby might not be getting enough milk, leading to frustration for both of you. But don't worry, you can fix it. In fact, recognizing that something feels wrong is the first step toward making it right. So, let's take this step by step together. The first thing to do when you suspect a bad latch is to gently release it before relatching. Never pull your baby away while they're still sucking. That can cause more pain and damage. Instead, slip a clean finger into the corner of your baby's mouth to break the suction. Then allow your nipple to come free. Take a deep breath, reposition yourself and your baby, and get ready to try again. Now, here's something most mothers don't realize. Fixing a bad latch isn't just about your baby's mouth. It's about your entire posture, your baby's alignment, and the calm energy between you. Before every feed, try to set yourself up comfortably. Sit in a supportive chair or recline slightly. Place a pillow or cushion under your arm if needed, and bring your baby close so their tummy faces yours. Their ear, shoulder, and hip should all be in one straight line. That alignment helps them swallow easily and latch deeply. When your baby's mouth is close to your breast, gently tickle their lips with your nipple. Wait for that wide open mouth. Not a small pout, but a big yawn-like opening. That's your cue. In that moment, bring your baby toward you, not your breast toward the baby. Aim your nipple toward the roof of their mouth so they can take in a large part of the lower area. If the latch is good, you'll notice immediate differences. The pain will fade or disappear, and instead of a sharp pinch, you'll feel a deep, rhythmic tugging sensation. Your baby's lips will be flanged outward, like a little fish mouth. Their chin will press against your breast, and their nose will be close but not buried. You might hear soft swallowing sounds and see your baby's jaw moving smoothly. Sometimes, even after you've fixed your positioning, your baby might still struggle to latch well. That's okay. Babies are learning too. They're figuring out how to coordinate sucking, swallowing, and breathing all at once. Be patient with them. A few seconds of adjustment now can save you hours of discomfort later. Here's something else many mothers overlook. Your breast itself can affect how easily your baby latches. If your breast feels very full or engorged, it can be harder for your baby to get a deep latch because the nipple and areola become firm. If that happens, try expressing a small amount of milk by hand or with a pump before feeding, just enough to soften the area, making it easier for your baby to grasp the breast comfortably. Now, let's talk about nipple shape, because yes, that matters too. Some mothers have flat or inverted nipples, which can make latching more challenging. But this doesn't mean you can't breastfeed successfully. Sometimes, using a breast pump or even gently rolling your nipple between your fingers before feeding can help draw it out temporarily. And remember, your baby doesn't need to latch onto the nipple alone. What they need is a mouthful of breast tissue to stimulate the milk flow properly. Let's pause here and imagine what a proper latch feels like. You're sitting comfortably, your baby's little body snuggled close. They opened wide, and as they latch, you feel a deep pull, not pain, just gentle suction. Their breathing is steady, you hear little swallows, and after a few minutes, they relax into your arms. That's the peaceful rhythm every mother deserves to experience. But what if, no matter how hard you try, things still don't feel right? That's when getting support can make all the difference. A certified lactation consultant can observe a feeding session and help identify small tweaks you might not notice on your own, like your baby's positioning, the angle of your breast, or even subtle signs of tongue tie or lip tie that could be affecting the latch. Some mothers feel hesitant to ask for help, thinking they should already know how to breastfeed naturally. But breastfeeding isn't instinct alone. It's also a learned skill. Just like learning to walk or speak, it takes guidance, patience, and time. You're not doing anything wrong by seeking support. In fact, you're doing exactly what a loving, attentive mother should. Let's also talk about how your emotions affect your breastfeeding experience. When you're tense, your shoulders tight, and your mind full of worry, your body senses that stress, and sometimes, your milk flow slows down because of it. Before each feed, take a moment to breathe. Roll your shoulders, unclench your jaw, and let yourself feel grounded. Your calmness helps your baby relax too, making it easier for them to latch deeply. Now, I want to address one more important truth. Even with a perfect latch, breastfeeding might not feel completely pain-free in the first few days. Your nipples are adjusting to a brand new sensation, and some tenderness can be normal. But if the pain continues, if you notice cracks, bleeding, or misshapen nipples after feeding, that's your body's way of saying something still needs adjusting. There's no shame in taking a break to recover. You can express milk by hand or with a pump while giving your nipples time to heal. Using a bit of your own breast milk to soothe them, or applying a medical-grade lanolin cream can also help. And when you're ready, you can try again, with better positioning, deeper latch, and more confidence than before. Remember, every feed is a conversation between you and your baby. You're both learning each other's rhythms, cues, and needs. A bad latch doesn't mean you refailing it. It's just one step in the learning process. Each time you adjust, you're building trust, understanding, and connection. As you hold your baby tonight, know this: you have everything you need to make this work. You have patience, love, and the instinct to nurture. The rest will follow. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into how to maintain a good latch once you've corrected it, how to prevent soreness from returning, how to recognize subtle feeding cues, and how to create an environment that supports both you and your baby's comfort during every feed. Now that you've learned how to correct a bad latch, let us focus on keeping it that way, because consistency is what turns frustration into confidence and pain into peace. Once you've experienced what a deep, comfortable latch feels like, your next goal is to maintain it and build a smooth, loving rhythm with your baby. The first and most important thing to remember is that your baby's feeding cues will always guide you. A good latch begins even before your baby reaches your breast. It starts with recognizing those early signs of hunger. When your little ones start smacking their lips, turning their heads side to side, or bringing their hands to their mouth, those are gentle whispers that say, "I'm ready, Mom." Responding early helps keep both of you calm, which makes latching much easier. Waiting until your baby is crying or upset can make them too frantic to latch deeply, and that's often when problems start again. So, when you notice those early cues, pull your baby close and create that calm, connected moment. Babies feel your energy. When you move slowly, speak softly, and make eye contact, they relax, and a relaxed baby latches better. Once your baby is latched, watch for those quiet signs of a good feeding. You'll see their jaw moving rhythmically, their temples gently pulsing, and you'll hear little swallows every few sucks. Their chin stays pressed into your breast, and their nose is clear enough to breathe comfortably. If you hear clicking sounds, see dimples forming in their cheeks, or notice that their lips are tucked inward instead of flanged out, that might mean the latch has slipped. Don't hesitate to pause and help your baby reach. Every time you correct it, you're teaching them how to feed effectively. Many mothers also notice that their baby sometimes fusses or pulls away mid-feed. That doesn't always mean something is wrong. It could be a fast milk flow, something called a strong letdown reflex, or your baby just needs to burp before continuing. Take a short break, hold your baby upright, give them a gentle pat on the back, and then offer the breast again. Most of the time, they'll settle right back into feeding. Now, let us talk about you, because your comfort matters just as much as your baby's. After fixing a bad latch, it's easy to become overly cautious, constantly wondering, am I doing it right this time? But remember, breastfeeding is meant to feel natural and soothing. Once you find a position that works, make it your home base. Maybe it's the cross-cradle hold that gives you more control, or the side-lying position that helps you relax at night. Whatever feels best for you both is the right one. To keep your breasts healthy, try alternating which side you start with at each feeding. Babies often have a favorite side, but switching helps maintain even milk flow and prevents engorgement or blocked ducts. You can even tuck a soft cloth under your bra strap on the side you started with as a little reminder for next time. And don't forget hydration. Your body is working beautifully to produce nourishment around the clock. Keep water nearby whenever you nurse, and sip often. It's a small habit that makes a big difference in your energy and milk supply. Now, let's return to something deeper. Your mindset. Fixing a bad latch isn't just about positioning. It's about rebuilding confidence. Many mothers, after experiencing pain or frustration, begin to dread feeding time. You might even find yourself tensing up before each session, expecting it to hurt again. But here's the truth. Once you've corrected the latch and given yourself time to heal, breastfeeding can become one of the most peaceful experiences of motherhood. It might help to create small rituals that turn feeding time into something sacred and relaxing. Dim the lights, play soft music, take a few deep breaths before you begin. Let these moments remind you that breastfeeding isn't a test, it's a connection, a shared language of love. There's another factor that often influences latch quality: your baby's anatomy. Some babies have conditions like tongue tie or lip tie, where the tissue under the tongue or upper lip is tight, making it hard for them to latch deeply. If you've tried every adjustment and your baby still struggles to maintain a good latch, talk to your pediatrician or a lactation consultant. These professionals can identify and treat such issues quickly, often making breastfeeding easier almost overnight. Sometimes, even after you've worked through the technical part, emotional fatigue lingers. The late nights, sore nipples, and endless self-questioning can take a toll. It's okay to feel tired, it's okay to cry, and it's okay to say, "I need help." You are still an amazing mom. Asking for help doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. And if you ever need to take a break, remember that expressing milk can be part of your healing, too. Pumping or hand expressing allows your baby to keep receiving your milk while you rest and recover. It's not giving up, it's adapting with love and care for both of you. Let's fast forward a few weeks. You've practiced, learned, and slowly found your rhythm. Your baby now latches on deeply, feeds calmly, and you both share quiet moments filled with peace instead of pain. That once worrisome latch, it's now second nature. You can finally breathe, smile, and enjoy what was always meant to be a beautiful act of bonding and trust. And here's something worth remembering. Every successful breastfeeding journey is built on patience, persistence, and love. There will still be off days, a fussy baby, a tired body, or a moment when your latch slips again. But now you know what to do. You know how to adjust, how to breathe through it, and how to trust your instincts. Motherhood isn't about perfection, it's about presence. It's about showing up, learning, and loving through every challenge. Fixing a bad latch is just one of those early lessons that shows you how strong, adaptable, and nurturing you already are. As we wrap up, take a moment to thank yourself. You've faced the discomfort, the learning curve, and the uncertainty, and you've turned it into progress. Every feed now is not just nourishment, it's connection, reassurance, and love in its purest form. And in the next video, we'll talk about something every mom eventually needs: how to soothe nipple pain and care for your breasts while breastfeeding. It's full of gentle, natural remedies and expert advice to help you stay comfortable and confident on your journey. Thank you so much for watching. If this video has helped you understand your latch and brought a little more peace to your breastfeeding experience, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, Breastfeeding Tips. Together, we'll continue learning, healing, and growing through every beautiful stage of motherhood.